Ari Miroff tweeted, Jim Schwartz has, in fact, told members of the Browns essentially to go screw themselves after being passed over for the head coaching job. The Schwartz element was the biggest hurdle Cleveland faced in its long and complicated search. Now it's blowing back in their face. So, Dustin, I want to let you start on this one. That was clearly an integral part of their search, was they wanted to keep Jim Schwartz. Is it officially fair to say that plan has backfired?
The whole thing's backfired. I mean, I don't think when they fired Stefanski 23 or 24 days ago, they felt like this was going to be the case. You got guys that aren't even offensive coordinators telling you no. And by the way, I don't buy the fact, because we got the team source, that Shieldhouse was denied by the Browns. Bull crap.
That's bull.
I don't buy that for a second.
Yeah.
For a second. They settled on a guy that doesn't even have a defensive coordinator. They banked on the fact that he would take Jim Schwartz, and also the fact that Jim Schwartz would take the DC with this guy. And he just said, F you.
It seemed like they did.
I mean,
did they even talk about this?
Bro, I laugh because we've, for how many years, talked about how dysfunctional and how much of a soap opera that goes on in that building. And it's one thing after another, guys. It is never ending. It is like the gift that keeps on giving. Zach Jackson is the luckiest guy in the world. He'll work for the Athletic for 25 years.
It's like they didn't even, they put it on Twitter, and it's like they didn't even tell him what they were thinking.
Bro, I would not even be surprised, I'm not exaggerating, that he found out via social media.
Because now,
I bet.
And now he's like, literally, so he might have actually said that. He might have actually said, go screw yourself.
I don't think he said screw. I think he said,
right.
You know what?
It's probably a little meaner than go screw yourself.
Because it was obvious that from what he was being told and from what he was being, delineated to, that this man felt like, oh, I'm about to get this joint. Not only did you not get the joint, they gave it to somebody else, and I don't think they told him.
So it's even crazier, G.
Yeah.
Diana Rossini,
oh boy,
well respected across the league, just keeps adding to it. According to Diana Rossini, many around the league believe that Jim Schwartz was not going to stay in Cleveland if they hired a first-time head coach, which could be the issue with Udinsky and Shieldhouse. Udinsky. It doesn't matter. He's not here. Which you alluded to. How could Jim Schwartz accept being the number 2 to a 30 or 35-year-old? Diana says an older one with experience may not satisfy him either. To your point to start the show, Bull.
Yeah.
You said, and a lot of people in the chat called you crazy for it, that this is the worst-case scenario for Jim Schwartz because not only to get passed up for a young offensive whiz guy, it's an older guy with experience.
If I were Schwartz, I wouldn't have stayed if I didn't get the job, period. But for me, again, I'm not him. I'm more pissed about Monken than a young guy because at least with the young guy, I could say, hey, listen, I get it. I'm 60 years old. They want to have a young coach. But what they did instead was hire a guy the same age as him with less credentials than him.
And hasn't been in the building, hasn't been a head coach. It's such a slap in the face to Jim.
It's total. But what's crazy is, now Jimmy must be thinking like, well, he's not going anywhere. Do you think Jimmy doesn't realize that if somebody offers him the assistant head coach job that he can leave without getting permission?
He has to at this point, even if nobody does offer him, I don't see how that relationship is going to work. Say for instance, nobody.
What are you going to do? Force him to stay?
No, I think he would resign.
Yeah, you're right. He probably made enough money. He's been around the league long enough.
If nobody comes and offers him a job that he can legally just get up out of his situation. I think if he's still under contract, I literally think he would resign.
They've botched this so bad, guys, because their whole process was affected by Jim Schwartz having to stay as DC, and yet they clearly never talked to him about staying as the DC if they hired somebody else. They clearly didn't.
They were reading his mind. They thought they knew what he thought.
Jimmy just thought, well, he's going to stay. He's our DC.
Are they shocked that he's upset? That's even crazier if they're shocked that he's upset, because that means
obviously they are.
Just didn't, like, you told all of us that, but you didn't text him like, yo, what do you think about this, dog? You think you want to stick around? Like Man, oh my good. Here, hey Browns, y'all might want to look. Y'all might want to find y'all some ball players.
Yeah.
Andrew, you might want to find trade it all. You might want to get every bona fide free agent, whatever you need to do, because let me tell you what. I told people about the way things work. Kevin Stefanski was on the hot seat. I told you coming into this year, Andrew Berry's on. They looking at you. They're looking at you now, like, because that's what it is. And so now you the last person standing. Hey, if Jimmy told you this is how you gonna go, you better get on Project Stockpile and you better get it going. Because the Browns now they can't afford to come out the gate slow at all. Because the whole perception is, yeah, y'all fumbled the bag on the coaching, y'all fumbled the bag on these moves. The coordinator, his offense better be cold. Shedeur Sanders better look like the next coming of Randall Cunningham ASAP. Like they put themselves in a position where now they have to cook. Ain't no ifs, ands. You gotta cook now.
You might have. It's possible the Browns have to hire an entire coaching staff, like top to bottom.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know that there's keeping any assistants.
No, they do.
Maybe Monken might have some guys from Baltimore that he could take with him, but those guys might have gone with Harbaugh. I don't know.
Harbaugh took their special teams coordinator to New York and was going to take Monken if he didn't
Right.
get this job.
Yeah.
Earl actually sent me a text earlier in the show saying, hey, if we need someone to talk about, mention the fact that they need a new special teams coordinator in Cleveland if Bubba Ventrone leaves. Take the guy from Baltimore. Then 2 minutes later said, oh, wait, Harbaugh already poached him. So,
well, we didn't have to find things to talk about. By the way, we were going to talk about Mobley's injury for a little bit. We were going to talk about LeBron maybe coming back for a little bit. That's all going to tomorrow.
Squished out of a show.
Holy moly.
This
is crazy.
We came into this joint thinking that we was really going to start talking about doing some stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was wild because now we got to get a whole new coaching staff.
Yeah.
Like this, I wasn't doing no deep dives into nothing defensively. Like none of that.
And as you say, not only do you have to find a DC, but you have to find a DC that's going to run at least a similar style because you have all this talent. It's not like on offense where you can start from scratch.
Yeah.
On defense, you've got all this talent. You don't want to, you can't rebuild the defense, change the defense.
Dustin, shout out to you.
What'd I do?
You said something yesterday. I wholeheartedly agree with you now. Anything in the draft is not off table.
They might draft another defensive player.
They may draft anything in the draft is not off the table. Like you talk about a defensive end or a say. Listen, I'm here to tell you, I could not tell you where they would go because the moves that they make, you can't cookie cut this. I don't know what they may draft because think about it. If they want to change the whole defense, they may say, well, we're moving to this defense and we need this guy. Think about that.
Man. Imagine when you woke up this morning.
It's so different.
That if I would have told you that Todd Monken was going to be named the head coach, that was only the second worst news involving the Browns today.
That would be.
I mean, think about that for a minute. It's like you just mentioned it. We've been covering this team. You and I have been either on the radio or on podcast or here
15
since
years.
2011. 15 years, as you say. It's one bit of nonsense after the next, especially since Jimmy's taken over. And we were excited. Remember, we were excited. We met Jimmy when he first took over. We thought, hey, the last owner stunk. Can't be worse.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Yeah. I wish Randy Lerner was still around.
Oh, my God. I mean, there's just one. This is the latest. Only the Browns moment.
Yeah.
My phone been over here rocking and rolling like it's the Flintstones, bro.
Oh
my text is going crazy. My phone is buzzing and lighting up all. It gave me an Amber Alert, a weather news forecast. I'm like, bro, I can't even check my phone. It's just going ding, 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 ding. Bro, this is crazy.
By the way, programming notes here. If you haven't had enough Browns coverage already, and there's still so much to talk about, we're not doing overtime, but we'll probably go past one straight show. I will be doing an episode of The Bullpen at 2 p.m. live. G. Bush will be doing an episode of The Ultimate Brown Show, a time to be determined, this afternoon.
We got about 75 joints. We gonna see.
And then Dustin and I will be in the bullpen tomorrow morning as well. We've got you covered. Obviously, tons of coverage on UCSS.
And as more news
about
breaks,
this.
we'll hop in and we'll do more
Yeah.
stuff. Like if it's 4:00 and they hire an offensive coordinator, it's not going to happen that quick. But just something
Yeah.
like that, we'll obviously hop on and get you
now
some
we start-
immediate reaction.
You know, it's funny because I wasn't really thinking about, not only were we not thinking about DC because it seemed like Schwartz was going to be the DC, I wasn't thinking that much about the OC either because I figured, well, if they hire a young guy, then he'll probably call his own
Right.
plays.
Oh, this is all.
And now we go into full now you got 3 coordinators, and again, I'm bumping
This is full coordinator watch. This is full draft watch, free agency. All of that stuff mattered because I'm here to tell you, when you ask me the question,
Yeah.
the Browns feel like they have to. Oh no. Oh, they better feel like they can get wins now.
And that's why they might trade for a veteran, G. Bush, and you don't like
they
that.
Better, but look, man.
Jameis back. Bring Jameis back.
Yeah, they got
Make Jameis great again.